Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another session on soft skills and interpersonal communication with me, Waheeda, Assistant Professor at the Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. In today's session, we are going to talk about public speaking. In earlier videos on speaking skills, we talked about how important is speaking skills, how significant it is in our life when we are communicating with other people, how we need to do it effectively, what is the importance, why we need to speak to others, and the essentials of speaking. And when we are talking to somebody, when we are speaking to somebody, what are the types of barriers that arise? And then maybe because of uh, the nervousness, or maybe because of the data that is not complete and things like that. I mean, if you go to that video, you will have complete detailed video about that topic. Then we have the effectiveness of speaking we talked about, and how much of verbal and non-verbal communication that we are using in our communication. And I gave one video on generating talks based on visual prompts as well. And in this particular video, we are going to talk about public speaking. What are the essentials, do's and don'ts, and what are the things that we should remember when we are doing public address? Whether it is a small gathering or a large formal gathering depends on that, but almost all the required prerequisites are almost the same. So, in public speaking as actually addressing a small or a large gathering, public speaking, it's also called as an oratory and oration also. It is the process or act of performing a speech to a live audience. It is the process of communicating information to an audience. In other words, in webinars and all, it is not essential that the speaker is present over there and the audience. Sometimes it can be played over the video. The video can be played, and it can be relayed later on as well. But in public speaking, it is to the live audience that it is done usually before a live audience, like in a school or workplace. This The benefits of knowing how to communicate to an audience includes sharpening critical thinking and verbal non-verbal communication skills. Why it happens is that we need to know how to talk to anyone, and how to talk to address the people at, as a large gathering. When we know that, then we are actually sharpening our critical thinking abilities. When we are putting our thoughts, and when we are thinking over certain specific things, then we are sharpening our intellect. That is very important when we are speaking to anybody. We should first think, then we should put our thoughts across. We should be allowed in our thoughts. Then this type of speech is deliberately structured with three general purposes. Why we need to speak to anybody? I mean, what is the need? What is the essentiality? It is, first of all, we need to inform. Whatever knowledge we have about certain things, we need to inform to others. And certain things we need to get it done. We need to persuade people to do certain things. And also, the reason to speak is to also to entertain other people. So these are the main three reasons why we speak uh, to others. What the general purpose is that. So addressing a small group or a large formal gathering it is not an easy task, but but it can be done. When research was done on some 2,000 people, and they were given a number of options, like MCQ was given, and they were asked which is the most fearful thing in their life. What are the things that they are more afraid of? So a few ticked snakes, reptiles, and darkness, and Some even said loneliness, some even said spiders, open spaces, claustrophobia, and fear of like dark places and all. But almost all 90% of the people ticked on speaking to others, speaking in front of others. So, I mean, almost all the people who are not trained into speaking fear of coming in front of hostile or unknown audience. They think that if we speak something or if we make a mistake, our audience might laugh at us or they might get hostile with us and things like that. So it's a difficult task actually, but it can be mastered if it is done with practice and with some rules and regulations are followed. It can be done in an easy manner. So the steps that when we are preparing for any speeches is to set aside time to assemble your piece. First of all, this usually we call it as the 4 P's of presentations. So in the first initial stage, when we are planning uh, for the given topic, or sometimes the topic is not given to us, and we have to start speaking in front of the audience at the spur of the moment when when the topic is announced, or sometimes the topic is given prior in hand so that we can prepare at home and come. So we need to set aside time to assemble our content. Like we need to do a lot of research and read a lot and then bring in the content for presentation. And we need to jot down what we want to go to get across to our audience. We need to know what type of audience are going to be we are going to face. That is called as audience analysis. In the in the initial stage itself, we must know for that level, um, to where we will get down to their level of understanding and then prepare the content. Then arrange them logically so they flow naturally from one to the next. This is very important. We should arrange the content in such a manner that it flows one after the other, maybe in order of occurrence, or in chronological order, or logical order. So after this, you can mix in something more to hold your audience attention, like stories, illustrations, props like images and videos in your slideshare. So what you need to do at the earlier stage is that you have to collect the information and just put them in one place. Then read it several times and edit it and re-edit it. Arrange it by arranging it in logical order, then placing in where you will change the slides, or where will you add any audio visual aids. If you are requiring any such things, you have to add it at that particular place. Then knowing your audience, that is very important. This will strengthen your speech in various methods. You will know when to speak. Aim to be intimate with your audience. Dig up to their eccentricities, wants, aches, and pet peeves. Be aware of their age bracket also. Demographics are an integral part of discovering your audience. So, before you are preparing for the content, you need to just sit with your audience, the targeted audience, and then ask what are their interests, what do they like, what are the things that pain them. This is an integral part. It will help us present our content in a better manner. Then, after having accumulated the points, you need to be an expert on your topic. We need to practice before the things that you are embarrassed to say. Certain times, there are certain things that are taboo in one place. So we need to practice, learn to do pronunciation at this second level. After you have prepared the content, first you are just planning the content, and then you are meeting the audiences whom you are the targeted audience. Then you are planning it, planning, then practicing. How are you practicing? After having read it several times, in front of the mirror, you are seeing yourself and observing your body language and your pronunciation as well, your lip movement, your movement of the hands, movement of the eyes, movement of the head, and what kind of gestures and postures, regulators that you must follow. All these things you need to concentrate when you are planning the practicing the content. Then when you have practiced a lot, you need to uh, do you need your words you don't know the meaning to. So you should not use certain words that you do not know the meanings of. Use words which your audience understand and know, because if you have audience analysis, you will know what kind of words that your audience will understand, what is their level of understanding. If you use very difficult words, you might not be understood to them. So it is advisable to go down to their level of understanding, and then uh, compare that. Then accentuate the positive. After a thorough analysis, pick your kind and focus on delivering your talk with your own style. And in this way, you can shine like a star. Usually, what people do is that they try to pose like some other person, their favorite, or whose speech they like, the accent or the pronunciation. So what happens usually when in the beginning they are successful in enacting or trying to pose like them and carry out that accent, but gradually people go back to their own type of pronunciation and things like that, accent. So it's a bad way of presentation. Don't do it. Don't alter yourself because you think one style is better than the other, or try to be somebody you are not. This will not help you perform better in your presentation. Then get comfortable with the environment. It is very essential. Go check the event venue where you will speak. Get to know its size. By knowing the dimensions of the area, you will be able to prepare your movements wisely. In this way, uh, you know where to jump and where to just climb the stairs, and how to, I mean, pose in front of your audience. Then how much of space is there for you to do the movements, walk around, and on your laptop, and what is the distance between your podium and the audience. All these things you will know. If you check your speaking venue first, you will also discover whether you will have the freedom to walk to and fro and hazel, or you will be confined in a tiny spot like behind a podium. You will have a clear idea as to what you will be doing. Are you going to stand just behind the podium throughout, and half of your body will be only available visible, or you will get to take movements, and then you have the chance to show the slides and everything. These small details, they look, actually they are not small at all, but and if you think thoroughly about them, you will make all the difference in your speaking engagement. Do not think these things as small, but the way that you showcase yourself, your presentation skills will make a lot of difference. And do not say to your audience that I don't know why these people have called me, I do not know much about it. Then your credibility as a presenter will be diminished, and people will try to people start suspecting you, because they have come leaving all their important things, they have come to listen to you. When they are sitting there, they must know something very important is going to come, and I'm not going to waste my another 40 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever time that you are going to speak. If you speak the same things in the beginning itself, they might doubt your credibility, and do not give them such chances. Okay. Then we are speaking to entertain. Ceremonial speeches are another form of public speaking, usually given at weddings and funerals, graduation parties, retirement parties, etc. One very important factor to make these speeches effective is to add a personal touch. Whenever you are doing this, we need to add a personal touch when I mean, talking about the people who are all involved with you. It can be humorous, it can be touching or emotional, as per the occasion and the mood requires. I mean, according, it is called as the read the room thing. Weddings, when we will be parting with the girl or the boy who's going to start a new life together, how we need to give them suggestions, and we need to uh, I mean make them feel good. And then these are funerals where we talk about the deceased and the family, how they, what are the memories attached with them and all. Graduation parties and all, retirement parties, how that person has been making us feel good, or what are the things that without that person we are going to do now, and things like that. Then this is the welcome address, and the process of public speaking is first the welcome address comes, and then plan and structure that we are going to address. Welcome speech or address is a statement that signifies the beginning of any particular event, meeting, assembly, or celebration. It is used in order to cordially greet all participants in a gathering. In addition to that, it also contains important information about a special highlight in the event. Like you might have observed in our orientation lectures and all, orientation programs and all, how that welcome address is given. Welcome speeches are intended to raise excitement, delight, and anticipation to every person in the crowd. Tips for writing effective welcome address and or a speech. An appropriate greeting for the crowd, whether it is a morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever the time is, there should be an appropriate greeting for all, that they should be greeted at the beginning itself. A message to any special guest if applicable, like if the chief guest is there, or any other guest, if there is any special message for them. An introduction to the event, why the people have gathered over there, what is the reason, what is the take back home, or what is it that they are going to know about in this type of gathering. And another, any important information on logistic that the crowd needs to know about, like about the logistics and all, that where their vehicles are parked, or how they should be parking their vehicle, where they should be parking, whether they have valet parking, or do they have to do it in the cellar of the hall where they are listening to the lecture, or whatever is the place, they have to be given some information about this, or any upcoming important events or scheduling reminders. Like after this, maybe the first session, you will have a second session in that so and so particular. If you qualify the first round, or maybe if you feel free, you can attend that function also. It's going to be same, or these are the different things that you are going to learn in this things like that. You can ask them. A personal message you would like to share, or a note of encouragement is the end. And then in the plan, what you need to do is to define your purpose. What is it that you are going to speak to your audience? And as you have analyzed your audience, if the topic is given to you already, you have prepared about it. And if you have the topic is given to you some few minutes back, then you need to also again hear it. Also you need to analyze your audience. That is most important in both the cases, whether the topic is prepared beforehand, or whether the topic is announced at the spur of the moment. You need to start speaking. Uh, then we need to also have the audience composition. The determination is also very important. Know why they are gathering. They have to, what are their requirements, what is it that you are going to provide it to them, and how much, what is it take back home. Find out what they know or think they know and feel about. This is very important. uh, they must be thinking, they must be knowing all the things about the topic, but in the real sense they might not be knowing. So you need to tell them right from the beginning itself. Not it is that they must be knowing. You shouldn't have that kind of a feeling. You should give all the basics, all the starting information about that particular topic. Establish your main claim and supporting material with with the material that you are going to show it to them, whether if it is an oral presentation, the content, or if you are using any audio visual aids, flip charts, or you are using whiteboard, or projectors you are using, whatever you are using, that supporting material should be shown properly or at the proper time. Mm, then you need to assemble your evidence over here. How are we going to assemble that? Uh, the main content, it should be, as I told you, choose by doing that. You need to have the proper introduction of the topic, and the middle, it should be there, and middle body there. You should not give too much of information in your introductions, because there should be something to go into the middle body also. If you give lot of information in the introduction itself, the audience might get all the things in, and they might think that the rest of the um, lecture is, or rest of the presentation is not of so much use. So you need to structure it properly. Only 10% of the content should be introduction, body should be 80%, and the conclusion should be 10%. If you follow this structure, hmm, it is the traditional, or it is the standard structure people have been following. But I told my students in the class, I have already the inverted pyramid structure uh, we talk about, is that most of the content, mm, or the broader aspects of the topic are provided in the introductions, in this style of uh, inverted pyramid style. So we have this, it is 10% only, but it is given a broader aspect, and the middle body is there, and then we have the conclusions in this matter. So this style also can be used, since the availability of social media and things like that. People want, in little short period of time, they want more content, so this style also works better. Then we have the structure. A classic way to structure of a speech is that the introduction is 10% of your speech, content 80, and the conclusion, as I told you, 10%. This allows for your audience to remember the theme of your speech versus an overlong introduction or conclusion. You should choose a speech content that contains just the right amount of just the right type of information. Do not make your audience beat around the bush, or do not give them verbose presentations. Just be specific. The Follow the 7 C's of communication here. So you need to give them the right amount of and right type of information for which they have come. They did not come to listen to all the things that are not essential for them. Okay, so we need to give them crisp information. Relate everything you include in your speech structure to one single purpose. It is like the the hanger, wherein all the lights or the threads are hanging in. It is the center point. The topic sentence is your center point. Make your speech structure clear to your audience. What is it that you are going to talk to them? What is it that you are going to give them in another 20 minutes, 10 minutes? Give them the hook. Use your speech structure to stress your most important points. After, like you might have seen, when I started the speech, while going back, I tell you that we studied about the essentialities, significance, all these things. Then our purpose, our talk is going to be this. So I have given the point wherein I stressed on the important points, whatever I'm going to talk in this video. So like that, you have to give at the beginning itself, so that your audience have clarity about what is it that they are going to listen in this another 30 minutes or 40 minutes of the presentation. Then create a powerful flow of information. Yes, if the information is coming in a slower pace, the audience might not get interested in what you are trying to say. So you should have a proper You should create a powerful flow of information. You should not stop in the middle, or you should not bloat in the middle. Okay. Points to keep in mind for public speaking: show your passion and connect with your audience. It is very important. If you are enthusiastic about your topic, since you have collected all the information, you are the king of your uh, presentation that day, because you have accumulated and think that the maximum amount of information about that topic, since you are presenting it to your audience. That gives you a lot of confidence. Okay. And that will show in your body language. You need to connect with your audience. If you just crack a joke, or if you tell them a small story or something, then you will get connected to your audience. They will try to relate your experience with them. And as you all know, laughter is the best medicine. When you crack the jokes, the audience will laugh, and when they are laughing, they are relaxed, and when they are relaxed, they are more receptive to learning. So the information that you are intending to focus on them, put them forward, then you will be successful in that, because they are now more receptive to learning. They are listening now. Okay. And then you need to focus your audience's needs. What do they need? Why they have come? What is the information that they are wanting from you? Keep it simple. Concentrate on your core message. Always follow the KISS formula. Keep it simple and straight. Straight is that, or keep it simple, stupid. Concentrate on your core message. What Don't beat around the bush, or try to digress from your topic, or do not get carried away by certain points, or by audience comments or something like that. Smile and make eye contact with your audience. That is also one of the most important things. When you are maintaining eye contact with your audience, you are trying to make connections with them. You are trying to connect with them, and they think that you are speaking correct. When we look into other people's eyes, it means that there is nothing that we want to hide from them. Then start strongly. When you are passionate about your topic, you will show that strength. Your decisiveness, or your body language will showcase that. Tell stories. People like stories. Tell all the information in the form of stories that they will be very interested towards. Use your voice effectively. And if you are murmuring, or you are talking in yourself, and you are not very clear to your audience, then you might not be an effective speaker. So you need to use your voice in a proper manner, proper pronunciation, and try to have a standard accent. And use your body too. Body language is very important. It is believed that more than 65% of our communication happens non-verbally, that is with body language. uh, the movement of the eyes, movement of head, facial expressions, movement of the hands, your posture, your stature, how you are sitting, closed body posture, open body posture, how you are you relaxed, or not? Are you showing nervousness? And if a person is sweating profusely, he or she might be nervous about that. Do not show that you are nervous. Hide that nervousness and use it to perform better. Okay. Relax, breathe, and enjoy. That there will be a little amount of nervousness. Try to use that nervousness to perform better. Okay. Take deep breaths and enjoy your speaking. There is nobody as knowledgeable as you on that day of your presentation. And practice, and practice. As I told you, planning, preparing, practicing, and presenting. These are the 4 P's of presentation that we talked about. When we are practicing, try to ask your friends or your family members, any of them, to uh, record your presentation, and then listen to it first. Just listen. Don't see the video. Okay. Then mute the video and then show your body, see your body, watch your body language. Then the third time, watch and listen simultaneously. Then you are your best judge. You will know where your body language is not appropriate, or where you are not being very clear in that. And again, you can just practice, and then that mirror, while you are practicing, mirror will help you in that. And then the presentation day, dress up properly, dress up for the occasion. Do not wear gaudy dresses, or do not wear over clothing, so that it becomes very hot over there, and you do not feel comfortable. Dress for the occasion and look smart. Proper shoes and hairstyle matters a lot. Okay. Because your first impressions matters a lot, and you will never get the second chance to make that first impression. So always remember these four P's of presentation that that we discussed. Okay. Then we have three reasons why public speaking is important. Yes, in today's world, wherein everybody needs to present their thoughts, their opinions, and in software and this companies and all, in workplace, they require more of such caliber to win over the crowd. When we are doing public speaking, when we want to say something, extend our information, or we want to persuade somebody, to motivate some people, to give our knowledge to them, we need to have the ability to speak in front of the audience. That is to win over the crowd, to motivate people, to inform. An important skill to have in business, and especially in the public relations arena, is the skill of persuasion, or the ability to win over the crowd, to get your work done. We need to persuade other people, convince other people to do that for us. That is the winning over the crowd. Inside and outside the workplace, the power of persuasion can carry you far, and it all starts by honing those public speaking skills. When we want to get our work done and we want to maintain good relations, we need to have this ability. The power of persuasion will carry you forward. I mean, it will carry your uh, you as a person, and it will give lot of progress in your work as well. You will have a career development. Mastering public speaking results in an increase in confidence, and with that, a cool and collected presence in front of an audience. That is poise. That also requires, it comes with practice. If you are frequently presenting yourself in front of your audience, that you will gradually get over that fear. And here it results in increase in confidence. What it First of all, it improves your self esteem. If you have done one good thing, I always tell my students, the accumulation of many incidents, when you are increasing your self esteem, it leads to confidence. And if you show confidence, and you have mastered, or you have grasped, or you have overpowered your audience, for that matter. Okay. And to motivate, also motivate the people. A great public speaker attains the power to motivate his or her audience to do something, stop doing something, or change a behavior, or reach objectives. First of all, uh, if they want to get the work done, the audience to do certain task, we pursue it to motivate. And if they are doing already something, and if you want them to stop doing something, or stop using one product, or maybe stop going in such a direction, then also it will help a lot. And it also used to change a person's behavior, or reach out to some objectives that they are looking forward to. But to carry an idea forward, you must be able to excite and enliven your peers, employees, co workers, and customers. the amount of excitement that you will show to them will have a lot of impact on the audience decision at the later stage. Public speakers are leaders who are able to inspire their audience to work harder to achieve their goals. As a public speaker, your role is to influence your listeners and create an environment where everyone walks out ready to roll. This is the kind of difference that you are going to have in your audience when they are leaving the place of your presentation. They should be ready with some action plan, that goal, as much as we have persuaded them or convinced or motivated them to do. And another aspect or another important point of public speaking is to inform. uh, is one of the most important aspects of public speaking. From presenting research papers and PowerPoint presentations, school, to presenting ideas and pitches to your boss or client, informative public speaking is a vital component of a successful career across all work fields. If you are a good presenter, you will have an edge over the other candidates, others who are present, and that way you will have career development. So, a few other points that I'm going to um, continue in another video about public speaking, how to use the public speaking address and get the task done, how we not to be afraid of the audience, and how to disagree without being disagreeable, and how do not think that audience is your enemy. All those things that we are going to discuss in the next video coming up. Now I Wahida sign up off now.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.